Hello everyone and welcome to the Innovation Tech Community. So I'm Pratap Reddy, Microsoft AI MVP. So here, another episode of the Global AI Summer Bootcamp, and along with me, Jonathan Selvaraj, and he recently recognized the Microsoft in the AI category. So I would like to say the huge congratulations to the Jonathan Selvaraj for his exceptional contributions towards the Microsoft tech community, and so yeah, he given the one of the best topic that building the conversational experience with Azure Bot Services. So today from the morning onwards we are talking about the artificial intelligence and machine learning, and he is giving the one more topic to the add to this global AI summer bootcamp. So I would like to know lots of insights from the Janardhan Selvaraj. So he's the AI expert from the Evident and also MCT from the last 4 years, and AI MVP. And hi Janardhan.
Hey, hi, hello, Pratap.
Hi Janardhan, how are you?
Hey, good, Pratap. What about you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, Jana. And so today we are from the entire day we are talking about the AI and Microsoft AI, and so the AI is everywhere, like Copilot is everywhere. So like that, so we are. Expecting the more insights from you, and so building the conversational experience that you are submitted one session about the Azure Bot Services. And over to you, Janardhan. I would like to I am at the back end and I would like to
I,
guide you the Q&A sessions and everything, and you can go ahead. So I would like to share your screen as well. Yeah.
okay. I hope my presentation is visible.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Pratap has given a fantastic introduction about the today's topic. The topic on for this Global AI Summer Bootcamp, which is how will you build the conversational experiences with Azure Bot Services? So that is the actual topic for today's discussion, and he has given me the all introduction about me. Okay, I'll skip this. The agenda for today's discussion related to the conversational experiences, how a particular person has to build with respect to the Microsoft Azure AI platform. The major objectives of today's discussion is on what is the purpose of the conversational AI, why do we require the chatbots or a virtual assistants, and how to create a knowledge base, and how will you deploy the knowledge base with the help of Azure Bot Services. Finally, we will be integrating the Azure Bot Services across various SaaS products, or it could be a Microsoft 365 products. So that is the objectives of today's discussion. So let's begin about the conversational AI. The term conversational AI, it has not been evolved in the recent days. It has been evolved for a longer time. Conversational AI, if you want to build any application or any conversation between the artificial intelligence as well as machine, how human being able to communicate with respect to conversational AI in terms of speech, a human being can communicate to the conversational AI chatbot, or the human being can communicate with respect to the conversational AI in terms of text medium. So there will be two medium in order to communicate your conversational AI. One is the text medium. The another medium will able to communicate with the help of the voice enabled interactions. Using these two medium, behind the scenes, what as the language we will be communicating is the natural language processing will be evolved behind the scenes of any conversational AI. So natural language processing, the communication between your human being as well as the machine will be taken into two components. One is natural language understanding, the another one is called as natural language generation. With respect to natural language understanding, the moment you started conversing between the human being as well as the machine, you require the language medium that is will be taken care by the natural language understanding. And that particular prompt or the input when you started typing, it will go and check the pre-built AI model. If it is able to find the pre-built AI model, then the responses will be generated with the help of natural language generation. Suppose the corresponding search or the corresponding mechanism are you looking for with respect to the conversational AI, which is not available in the pre-built AI model, then there is a model which exists called as customized AI model. Then we have to build a customized AI model where you will be training the huge number of documents. Accordingly, the responses will be generated with the help of natural language generation. For the entire conversational artificial intelligence, if I want to communicate, there will be major important sections, which is your natural language understanding as well as natural language generation. We will be using towards in order to build a successful bot services. So why do we require a chatbot? If you notice that chatbot nowadays, most of the production jobs or most of the jobs which are in terms of deployment or redeployment concern, the human being has to be available 24 bar 7 in order to resolve all L1 related queries. Instead of human being will be available for 24 bar 7, if I'm able to create all my frequently asked questions, keep it in one particular document, it could be an Excel sheet or a PDF document, then if you start training those chatbot, the chatbot able to respond the customer queries that a customer experiences 24 bar 7 in terms of L1 support, the chatbot will be simplified as the chatbot will be majorly used. Sometimes if the human intervention is not required, if you want to get the customer experiences immediate, then you can make use of the chatbot efficiently. So how this chatbot is going to increase in terms of customer engagement or a customer interaction is with the help of multiple SaaS product. It could be M365 products like your Microsoft Teams, Microsoft Slack, your communication services. It could be your Alexa, any type of virtual assistants. Your customer engagement and customer services has been enhanced to different types of channel where the user can start using as well as interacting with the help of your chatbot communication. With respect to the chatbot communication services, first of all, we require the ideal base document. When I say the ideal base document, which is called as knowledge base. So knowledge base, it is a repository where you will be having a set of frequently asked questions, or it could be a policy documents, or it could be a manual, user manual, product manual. All these components will be present inside a knowledge base, and those knowledge base service ideally it will be helpful for creating either a product or either a service. So knowledge base is a key mechanism in order to build any conversational AI chatbot. And if you notice the conversational AI chatbot experiences as concerned, it does the keyword search. When I say keyword search, there will be no citation information. You will not get any type of citation information responses in your final result. If I want to get any citation information, then you have to use the generative AI chatbot. But with respect to the conversational AI chatbot has been evolved, and it has opened a new door or new opportunities for the generative AI chatbot in terms of search mechanism. In your conversational AI chatbot, we will be using the keyword search. When it comes to a generative AI chatbot, we will start using the semantic search. And the semantic search, even though the document you've been uploaded, you are asking a question which is not relevant to your document which has been uploaded, still it will understand the semantics or the meaning of the question. Then the results or the responses will be generated accordingly, which is your semantic search. So for this, you have a language service, then you will be creating a knowledge base. Further, you have to integrate your knowledge base along with your Azure Bot Services. So Azure Bot Services, you will be able to build, you will be able to connect, test, deploy with respect to the bot communication, because bot able to communicate with the help of an interface. It could be your speech medium or it could be a text communication. After that bot services has been deployed successfully, you have to integrate this particular bot services related to a SaaS based application. It could be a website, it could be an email, it could be a Facebook, it could be a Skype, or it could be Microsoft 365 products. So all Microsoft 365 products, you will be able to integrate your Azure Bot Services. So let's begin to the demo section. I hope my Azure portal is visible to everyone.
Yes, Jana.
So first of all, if you want to create any Azure Bot services, earlier days we have one of the service called as Q&A Maker. Q&A Maker instance, question and answer maker service. So that particular service has been retired, as well as the text analytics services, your language understanding services, your Q&A services. All these three services being retired, and they have been clubbed as a one unified service, which is called as language service. So language service is a unified services among all the three retired services. Language services Microsoft started introduced in terms of a unified framework. Now I'm clicking the button, create button. So by default, this language services has its unique features like sentiment analysis. If you want to build any type of product recommendation system or else customer recommendation system, then you can go for sentiment analysis by default. Key phrase extraction, pre-built question and answering, your named entity recognition like famous personalities, famous landmarks, country name, currency name, city name, those pre-built entities you want to recognize, then you can go for named entity recognition. You will be able to summarize the text in terms of both abstractive way as well as in terms of an elaborative way. Both the types of summarization is possible when it comes to text summarization and text analytics for health. For example, you have a medical prescription or a medication name. You want to get those analytics related information related to its health services. All these features are ready-madely available when you go for the language service. So what we will be selecting in addition to these services, in the sense, you will be selecting an option called as custom question and answering. So this particular feature I have selected it now. Then afterwards, what I will do is continue to create your resource. So the moment if I click the option continue to create a resource, any Azure services we require a subscription. Without subscription, we may not able to deploy any services in Microsoft Azure portal. And the next component we named as called as resource group. The resource group, it is a top level container where all the Azure resources and products are placed. So I'm going to create a new resource group. Let's say TestRG. TestRG is my resource group name. And there is no restriction in terms of region with respect to your language services. You may be able to deploy in any of the regions. So I have chosen the region as East to US. The name I have to provide it. Let me provide a name. So I'm saying retail chatbot conversation and pricing tier. So I'm not using free pricing tier because I may not able to have the full-fledged capability. Let me use a standard pricing tier in order to use the full-fledged capability of the language services. Then the search you require. So search also I'm using the East to US, and the pricing type for searches again I'm using the free pricing type. And ensure that all these Azure AI services, it has to adhere to the responsible AI standard. So you have to all the responsible AI principles like transparency, accountability, your privacy, security, all the responsible AI principles, it has to adhere to the principles. Just check this checkbox. Once you are done, hit the button review plus create. The moment if you hit the button review plus create, the create button will not be enabled until unless the validation is successfully completed. Now it has started checking the validation section. It will take a minute or two. Meanwhile, what I will do, let me explain about the knowledge base template document. So I have taken one Excel sheet. Okay, this Excel sheet stands for a knowledge base, a template document. So Microsoft, the guideline says that the first column I have given the question as the first column, and you may have your set of FAQs. And second column is an answers column. So I have taken as a Excel document as a knowledge base. Also, I have created one PDF document. It has some ask questions. So we have an Excel sheet as a data source and one more source as a PDF document as a data source. So these two will be a part of your knowledge base section. Then addition to that, we will take one URL as well. So what I will do is, let me take Pizza Hut URL. Okay, let me take Domino's Pizza. This URL, what I will do, I will take it in my notepad. So three data sources we have taken. One is URL we have taken Excel, we have taken a PDF document. So let's check our services is still running. Let me check it out. What I do, it is taking my camera length, but I will go off my camera. Okay. Now you can notice that the validation is successfully created. Let me hit the button create. Now the deployment started. This will take a minute or two to get the deployment successful. You guys able to see the deployment started progress. So it has started creating the Azure AI services, search services. It is created now.
Yes, so we are able to see that deployment process.
Yeah.
And before that, we have some questions, like I can
Yes.
see. So, for example, let's say there are two cells. What are the key components of conversational bot built to in the Azure bot services?
Three component.
Yeah. So,
It is a
what are the
question.
requirements to create? Yeah. So, what are the requirements to create one bot service in Azure?
Okay. First, we have to
So,
create a
how do
language services.
Mhm.
Language services is the first one, and the second one is we have to create a knowledge base. So as of now, we are creating the language service, right? Once it is deployed, then we will be redirecting the language studio. In the language studio, you can upload the documents. Afterwards, you can create a bot service. Let's wait for some time. Once it is completed, then I can take it. Okay.
Okay.
Now you
Then.
can see that the deployment is done, right?
Yeah.
So once the deployment is done, what we have to do is just go to the resource group. You can find something called as language service. Okay, click this language service. The moment you click the language service, there is a studio called as language studio. Just click this button, language studio. So in this area only, you will be creating a project. So we have to sign in this account. So this will automatically sync up with your Azure account. And I just synced up my Azure account. So three things. One is your language service you have to create. Afterwards, you have to redirect to the language studio. In that, you will be creating a knowledge base, then deploy the knowledge base and create a bot service. These three are the major steps, Pratap. Any other question? Before it is loading, let us take load time.
Yeah. So we have a couple of questions. What are the available channels for deploying the bots to build the Azure bot services, and how does the
Okay,
channel
so that I
integration
will
work?
show that. I'll show that in the channel part.
Yeah.
So when
And
it
one
comes to
more thing is that
channel, it could be your Teams, Omni-channel, Facebook, Tillo, Skype, Slack, and then a communication medium. I'll show that in terms of channel. So resource type I had taken as language, and the resource we created, you can choose it. Choose the resource, then create the project. Just go to the section called as understand questions in a conversational language. Click this option. So here you have to create a project. The moment you want to create a project, you have to choose the language. For example, I'm choosing English as a language. Next. So enter the project name. I'm giving the project name as project one. Suppose if the bot is not able to find any answer, then it will return no answer found. Next. Create. So now we created in the language studio a project, right? So now the project is successfully created. There is an option called data source option. So here I am going to upload the files. So what is the first file I'm going to upload in terms of knowledge base is the Excel sheet. The Excel sheet I have uploaded it. Let's say sample KB is my knowledge base. Once you added the source, it start adding the source to the existing project. Meanwhile, the next one is the next file I'm going to add is the FAQ, the PDF document. Let me upload the PDF document. FAQ KB. Done. So two documents we have been uploaded in terms of files. The another one is the URL. So we have taken one URL already. Let's take this URL, add URL, put this, let it be URL KB. So now we added a URL, we added a file. Then third data source will be, okay, still adding, okay. There is an option called as chit chat. The meaning of chit chat is there will be some common questions which are already pre-trained. Those option we name it as chit chat option. Click chit chat. So chit chat is commonly available question and answer which are pre-trained or pre-built in different types of persona. The persona can be a professional, friendly, witty, caring, and enthusiastic persona. Based upon the use case, you can choose your respective chit chat option. So the chit chat, no need to have your train ready-madely. Instead of that, it is already pre-trained. You can save your time and effort. So I'm choosing the chit chat option as professional because I'm going to create an enterprise chatbot. So three sources we have been added. One is the URL, second is the files, third communication we added is chit chat communication. So chit chat, there will be some question and answer which are already pre-trained. If you notice that some of the question and answer are already pre-trained, if you want to edit those questions and response or update these questions and response, you have an option to do that. And this chit chat communication will also have an option called as follow-up prompt. So now what we have done is we created a project, we done the knowledge base creation. Now we are going to deploy the knowledge base. There is an option called as deploy knowledge base. Hit this button. The moment you deploy a knowledge base, it will ask us to create a service called as bot service. Now deployment started. In a minute or two, this will become successful. So again, it will ask us to create a bot. Now the knowledge base deployed successfully, create a bot. If you want to create a bot, you require one of the key. The key will be available in the resource management section. Okay. If you go to the resource management section, there is an option called as keys. Okay. You can take any one of the key. Key 1 and key 2 will be there. Just go to the dashboard. So this will be creating a service called as the Azure Bot Service. In the Azure Bot Service, choose the resource group and next. Then here in this option, you don't have any existing app service plan, just create a new app service plan. So it will expect language resource key. You take one of the key, paste it here, V plus create. Now the bot service we started deploying now. So meanwhile time, let it deploy. Any other questions, Pratap? Hello?
Yes, Janan.
Now you have any questions, let it deploy for some time. Any questions meanwhile time?
Yeah, so we have some couple of questions more. And so, how does Azure Bot Service supports multi-language or multi-region deployment for the global conversation experience?
How does?
Bot Services supports multi-language and multi-region deployment.
So that is multilingual and multi-regional language, which means now I have chosen that project as English. You have to choose your respective language that is by default available. You can choose it while creating the project.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. And so, why we need the knowledge base? You already mentioned this knowledge base as well. So, will you please
And
explain
what is
about
the
this? Why
purpose?
we need?
Without knowledge base,
Yeah.
even your generative AI also, we used to call it as GPT. So GPT 3.5 has 175 billion knowledge base already trained. And GPT-4 was trained with 170 trillion knowledge base was trained. Without knowledge base, then where the information or the way the responses will be generated. You require a knowledge base. Without knowledge base, you will not get any response.
So knowledge base in the sense means here it will be like input data.
Here it will be your this one. What you have chosen? You have chosen Excel sheet, PDF, URL, chit chat. That is your knowledge base.
Yeah. Okay, okay. I understand.
Now we have done the deployment. Okay, just a second. We've done the deployment. Let me show that. Then you can ask your question. So here, if you notice that there is a type called Azure Bot. Click this one, and you
Okay.
can. Someone ask a question: how many type of channels, right? Available channels.
Yeah. So there is a one. Yeah, there is a one question regarding this. I mean, how many channels we need to integrate this
So we
bot?
have this many channels: Alexa, direct line speech, email, Facebook, Line, M365, Teams, Omnichannel, Outlook, Skype, Telegram, Twilio. So what I will do, I will go with that web chat option as a website. So in this one, there is a site name called default site. Click this. And what we will do, we will take this code, copy this code. You paste it in this notepad. Save this document as HTML. Then we have to play, you have to paste the secret key here. Copy, take the key and paste it. Key, you can paste it here. Done. If you want to test before that, you can go with the test in the web chat. Okay, let's test this. This is for testing purpose. You can ask a question. Let's say hi. So the bot given the response. So for example, I'm not putting the full question. I'm typing as keyword because it does keyword search. I just put speaker. So it is taken from the Excel sheet, but there is no citation information. This is for testing purpose. Now already we have deployed our bot in the website, right? Just click this. You can ask question. So it has given the response. Let me take some questions from the PDF. Property casualty. Okay, property casualty insurance. So from the PDF, I'm asking this question. It is given the responses. Similarly, pizza. I just put pizza. So this will take from the URL. The response has to give from the URL. So it has given the response from the URL. Similarly, I'll ask a question from the chit chat. What is your age? So chit chat is a predefined question and an answer. It's not applicable to me. How to apply for personal bank loan? This is not in the document. It's a no answer found. But you will not get such type of response when it's a no answer found in your generative AI chat. But because it does the semantic search, but this does the keyword search. Whatever it is there from the document we've been uploaded and trained, only those responses will be given. So what will happen is sometimes FAQ will keep on updating. So what you have to do, you have to update the knowledge base. Again, you have to redeploy the bot service one more time. Over to you, Pratap, for quick Q&A. I'm done with the demo. You can go for the Q&A. I think first question we already answered, right? Key components of conversational AI chatbot is one is your language studio, knowledge base creation, deployment of knowledge,
Yeah.
and the last one is you have to deploy to the channel. So available channels already is shown. And how does a bot service ensure scalability, reliability, security? Security's reliability, scalability is done by already the responsible AI. Every 30 days, one you have to regenerate the key in terms of production environment. If you want to redeploy your knowledge base, you redeploy the knowledge base and redeploy your bot services as well.
Oh,
Multi-language, multi-regional,
okay.
you can only get in terms of your options. Can we discuss the role of cognitive service in enhancing the capability of bot within the Azure bot service? See, Azure Bot Service itself is the your Azure AI services. Okay, cognitive services it is redundant now. You have to say it as an Azure AI services. How does the Azure
Oh,
Bot
okay, okay.
Service
So we can.
privacy compliance requirement, particularly for regulated industries such as healthcare and finance? So for healthcare and finance, it follows the HIPAA standard. Your PII information is protected. You will not get any compliance issue because it is already a text analytics for health is there in terms of healthcare. For finance your PIA information and we have some certain standard you have to follow. Anything else, Pratap? You have any other questions? So without knowledge base you will not get any responses for your bot communication. You can use this knowledge base. You can create a bot services for all your L1 support queries, for all your maintenance project, production support project. You can make use of it instead of a human can respond. You can deploy a bot can respond. Bot will start responding then. Hello.
Yeah, yes, Jana. So anything that you want to show, anything like anything else?
So what is one my recommendation is please always have a look on the language service pricing. Okay, most of the people has to pricing model before you go for the standard tire pricing. Always check for the your region and your pricing model. So which is available, which are the capabilities that are available as a free, which capabilities are available for charging. Okay. So please have a look on this one before you kickstart any project. And the another
Okay,
recommendation is Microsoft is keep on changing the new updations for the Azure AI services. Today it may be available in this particular language studio. Okay. Tomorrow it may not be available because the major update is going on. Okay. So always ensure that whatever the project you are correspondingly used, you check to why is can I use this particular service or not? Okay. Will AI will suffice my service or not? Will GenAI will suffice my service or not? That you have to check before you apply to any of your capabilities or any project you start. You check, can I go with the AI or else can I go with GenAI? That one of the note you have to check before you kickstart any project. That's it. Thank you so much, Pratap, for this opportunity. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you so
If
much,
only
Jana, for your valuable insight. Yeah,
thank you so much. Sir. Thanks, everyone.
yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Jana, and we'd like to connect with you in the future events as well. Yeah. Thank you. Hi, Jana. How are you?